So Dawn Bubble was done, and man, that ending. Now, starting at the end for a review might seem weird, but that ending, for me, felt so uncomfortable, so infuriating, just so, you felt hopeless, you felt kind of happy, you felt kind of sad, you felt everything. And comparing that to what the episode was doing before, it really helped tie the episode up nicely. It gave it meaning. Not to say there was no meaning in the episode before. There's clearly a load of themes that Russell put in here about social media and whatnot. And whilst Lindy as a character was gonna be memorable for certain reasons, mostly amusing ones, that ending really allowed her to leave her mark. If I was gonna give the episode a high point, a highlight, it would have to be that little ending exchange between the Doctor and the people from Fine Time rejecting him because of his skin colour, saying they have to maintain the standards when those standards, that people that are currently living in Fine Time, were all killed and eaten as a result of their stupidity. It's funny, but it's also like, you know? I did like the episode. I thought it was funny when it needs to be, and it was just a fun time for the most part, with some nice commentary on social media and our relationships with it, how time consuming it can be. But those final 10 minutes, from when we lost the amazing Ricky September to when they were sailing away in that boat to their deaths, was fantastic. Now, commenting on the whole episode itself, like I said, Dot Bubble has many things it wants to touch upon, such as social media and all that, our attention spans and rogue AI, ignoring the evils in the world, and obviously classism, racism. It all has those elements in there. I definitely do think some shine more than others. I think how Russell approached the social media side of things is, if I make it so ridiculous in ways, the message will be more clear. The sort of over-reliance on our phones, being pulled to a ridiculous degree of being told where to walk. I originally thought they were in like some VR room, which is why they're being told where to walk. But no, they're there. They just can't do anything without direction. Jumping online as soon as you wake up, something I'm guilty of all the time. To engage yourself with the online world, to make yourself look perfect in terms of interactions, and how we only see our friends in virtual ways, you know, whether that be jumping online to play a game or just FaceTiming them because it's easier, giving them a call, just texting them, but lacking that actual human interaction. It got the point across in a way that you knew what the episode was going for. And that's perfectly encapsulated with the character of Lindy. She's, I don't even know. Infuriating is the main word. And the actress does such a great job with the character. She's our protagonist, and you feel like you're meant to want to root for her in a certain way. You know, maybe she starts at this level where she's annoying and you can't stand her, but slowly over the episode she would build and become a slightly better person. That was not the case at all. Somehow she gets progressively worse. I also think the character of Ricky September was a great character to play with our minds, because there's not too much to the story. These slugs are eating people, don't let them. There's really not much there. So having a character that seems too good to be true really helps play with the audience's mind of what's going to happen. And I guess the sort of subversion or plot twist, if you want to call it, that Ricky generally is just a good guy who took time to educate himself and actually just wants to help people, was brilliant. Of course, like I said, rogue AI or whatever technology turning on us was also an aspect. I didn't like that one as much because I don't think it agreed with the plot at points, but also felt thrown in. Because you have the mystery of where did the slugs come from. And I did like that part, and why is it avoiding certain people and whatnot. But I felt like the answers to all those questions and the AI inclusion just felt misguided. Also, don't think it agrees with the story, because why go through all this effort of creating slugs when they could just pop themselves into people's heads and kill them easy? What was all the effort for? You're doing all these extra steps. For what? What's the point of a alphabetical order when the goal is just to kill them? Just kill them. That's where the story and the plot feels silly in a way that Russell didn't intend it to. Lindy walking into a pole because she hasn't been taught how to walk. Brilliant, I get it. The AI is setting up a system of how to kill them alphabetically and then sending slugs to do them one by one. But then also revealing that the AI, or the dot, can just fly through your head and kill you. Overall, I didn't really know what to expect from this episode. I heard it had a Black Mirror vibe, which I get because of that one episode, I think, called like Nosedive, and technology and the bleakness that it presents it as. I liked a majority of the goofy spin on it, especially with the character of Lindy. I think the actress did a great job. Of course, in Shooty, that final scene, that yellow frustration just felt so, you felt it in your core. And I think that whole interaction was brilliant. Also because you relate to it, you feel like this whole episode is pointless, because it was. The whole point of this was to save Lindy and all those people, and you get to the end and they just end up killing themselves effectively when they're sailing away in that boat into the rain, and you're just like, what's the point of all this? You know the episode's done a good job when it feels pointless, but you feel like it still has a point. It's a solid episode. Obviously, the AI part I think is a bit wonky, but it's a story that's set out to tell you, don't get so engrossed in social media. Take some time off your phone, walk around and whatnot. Effectively turn off the touch grass, and don't be consumed by this online life. And it did that. And it had an amazing doctor moment, if you want to call it a doctor moment, but an amazing moment at the end that really tied it all up. But overall, that's my thoughts. You know, I kind of just seen it. I don't think it needs a rewatch. I think it's a very nice episode. But what were your thoughts? Did you like it? Did you think it went a bit too far in terms of how silly it was? Did you think the character of Lindy didn't work? Leave your comments down below, let me know. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. We've been the Overall Nerds, and peace.